Good afternoon, everyone. Help yourself to refreshments. We have coffee, water, 3 different kinds of homemade cake. We'll be starting in a few moments. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for coming this afternoon. Help yourself to refreshments at any time. The restrooms are in this direction, so back out the door and just across the hallway. So welcome. My name is Dr. Angie Brandel. This is my 15th year with the University of Dubuque, Teacher Education Department. I teach introductory courses, special education, and portfolios in both our traditional and life programs. Thank you for attending our spring 2025 University of Dubuque Teacher Education pinning ceremony. We're here to celebrate the accomplishments of our graduating educators. They have been on an educational journey full of many experiences. They've had priceless memories, awards, scholarships, events, travel trips, new friendships, and their involvement on and off campus. Sometimes this was not an easy journey. They had to learn how to plan their time. So much to do, so little time. They had to prioritize assignments, be at rehearsal, for events, compete as athletes, find time for friends, reunite with family, and go to work. They have completed many hours in the classroom and in the field. They understand learner development and differences, and they know how to create a climate that ensures student success. They understand their content. They can research and plan a lesson so that all of their students will progress. They know how to assess their students and reflect on their teaching. During student teaching, they created a portfolio to show their competence in 10 specific standards required for Iowa licensure. This was challenging and frustrating at times. They reflected and they persevered to become competent educators. Now, today, they will be pinned as an acknowledgement that they are leaders, ready to enter into the professional field of education as qualified, caring, and effective educators who will make a difference throughout their career. We are very proud of them. They did not accomplish this alone. Creating an educator is a collaborative effort. Our future educators received assistance from staff, professors, cooperating and supervising teachers, and administrators. And finally, thank you to their friends and families for all your support and encouragement along the way.
Hello, I'm Dr. Katie Boyer. I am a professor in the education department, specifically physical education, health, and some coaching courses. So I've had a lot of students in this classroom. It is my great pleasure to introduce today's distinguished speaker, Dr. Deborah Stork, an accomplished educator, scholar, and academic leader whose career in education spans nearly 40 years, beginning in middle school science classrooms and continuing today in higher education leadership. Dr. Stork earned her PhD in education from the University of Wyoming in 2014, adding to a master's in science education from the University of Northern Iowa and a bachelor's degree in biology from the same institution. Her commitment to teaching began in the K-12 classroom, Jefferson Middle School, and evolved into a rich career in higher education and academic leadership. She currently serves as the Interim Vice President for Academic Affairs and Dean of the Faculty at the University of Dubuque, where she has also held roles including Associate Dean for Teaching and Learning, Director of Academic Assessment, and Head of the Department of Teacher Education. As a professor of education, Dr. Stork has mentored countless future educators, myself included. Her passion for education extends beyond the classroom as well. Dr. Stork spent over 10 years leading programs for the Girl Scouts of Eastern Iowa and Western Illinois, nurturing leadership, confidence, and a love of learning in young people. In recognition of her outstanding contributions to teaching and advising, Dr. Stork was inducted to the University of Dubuque's Hall of Fame in 2019 and awarded the John Knox Coit Prize for Excellence in Teaching and Advising. Dr. Stork is a deeply respected leader, mentor, and educator who has dedicated her life to shaping not only what we teach, but how we teach. Please join me in warmly welcoming a passionate advisor, a leader, and a woman who lives the mission of education to foster student achievement and prepare individuals for excellence. Dr. Debbie Stork.
If that doesn't make me seem a little old, what does? Right. So, yeah, actually, you kind of were a kid when you had that office and you were track coach across from mine, and we wheeled you into education. Yeah. And I actually started at St. Joe's the Worker. Yeah, so. Well, good afternoon, faculty, families, friends, most importantly, teachers of the future, those who are about to be pinned. Today, I feel a little bit like a time traveler. I predate computers. Yeah, that's right. I started teaching before Google, before smartboards, before online grading systems, and definitely before ChatGPT. I even learned how to use a slide rule when I was a kid. I bet not many of you can say that. When I got my first classroom computer, I think it was an Apple IIc, it was around 1987, and it wasn't because I was tech savvy. It was because, as a young teacher, I was the only one willing to have it in my classroom, and probably the only one who could figure out how to even turn it on. Here's a little secret. I had no clue what I was doing, but that didn't matter because I knew my job wasn't to be an expert in everything. My role was to be a facilitator of learning, the guide, the supporter, the one who believed students could figure it out, and they did, and we did. A few years later, at a larger public junior high, the one that Katie went to as a kid, I think, right? Yeah. No, you went to Washington. Yeah. So when I had Katie in EDU 360 in middle school methods, we got to hear all about the change from the junior highs to the middle schools, because that's when she was a student. So anyway, when I was at that school, we only had one email, and all the teachers were supposed to have all our friends and our families email us, and they had to put our names in the subject. And then we would go to the library, and I think Tom Kuvler is here, so you have to ask Sue about this, right? We'd go to the library and we'd look through the email to find one from us. A lot of people were getting emails from their kids or grandkids because they wanted us to get used to using technology, and that was it. And we had a magician of a librarian who got us some computers for our students as well. And I can clearly remember saying, checking out the computers, 12 computers for my 24 or 30 students, and they'd pair up, and then I'd get them up there and I'd be like, so, who knows how to use PowerPoint? And I had no clue, I just heard the word. And somebody would. 7th graders, they're smart. Somebody would, and they would say, I do, and I would say, great, Joey, can you teach everybody else how to do that? And then somebody would have little bells and whistles going on, and they'd be like, how'd they do that? And I'd be like, Joey, do you know how to make those dings go? And then he'd go over and help somebody. And I learned how to use PowerPoint. I learned how to use everything on a computer right along with my students. I didn't have to know how to do it. I just had to be able to learn like they did. Those were pretty powerful days to be able to just help students figure out how to do it, and then all of a sudden I knew too. I never took a computer class. I didn't know any of that. I came to UD. I was invited to come here, and well, what a pleasure it was to learn about the UD's mission and think, yeah, that's a place I can be. And one of the first classes that, of course, I got to teach was EDU 352, Ed Tech. I was like, great. So I learned soon that my 7th graders were further along in technology than maybe my teacher candidates were. And this was 20-some years ago. And so I kind of did the same thing. I had to teach them about the internet, and then we just piled in and got going with it. I'm sure that you know so much more about all that than we ever did, right? Look at you. You in your classrooms now compared to where we were 20, 30, 40 years ago. It's crazy. It really is. You're entering classrooms when technology is advancing faster than we can even name it. Artificial intelligence, virtual reality, personalized learning systems, and you're not just on the sidelines, right? You're ready to lead your students into the future using all of this technology. You're of the digital age. You don't know what it's like for those of us that didn't even have any digital, way back when. That's exciting. Your future, stretching your creativity in ways you can't even imagine, is exciting. And if you're thinking, I don't have all the answers now. I know what the technology is now, but I don't know what it's going to be like in 10, 15, 20 years. That's okay. You don't need to be the expert, just like I didn't need to be 40 years ago. You need to use your best teaching and learning by having students discover the answers themselves and then learn right along with them. You cheering them on, challenging them, questioning them, that's good teaching, right? Being a good teacher isn't about the teacher or what the teacher knows. It's about the student. When everything around us, even education itself, is changing, one thing remains constant. The constant with a capital C is children, right? Children haven't changed. Children want to learn. They want to be loved. That hasn't changed, and that never will. The curriculum will change, the tech will change, job titles will change, but the heart of this profession, building relationships, inspiring minds, nurturing growth, that remains solid. In my 40 years in education, the one thing I know for sure is this: more change is coming. And that's not something to fear, that's something to embrace, because you are prepared for it. Thanks to UD teacher education faculty, adjuncts, supervisors, cooperating teachers, you've been trained by the best. They have challenged you and molded you into qualified, caring, effective professionals. You're entering a profession, and for many of you, a vocation, not a job. I remember once a union rep told me I should stop working outside my contract time. And I understood. Boundaries matter, self-care matters, but I wasn't clocking hours. I was doing what I loved for students I loved. This work, it's not a punch-in, punch-out kind of job. It's a calling. That said, go home to your family, rest, laugh, and surround yourself with people who lift you up, especially on hard days, because you will have hard days, but you will also have magical moments, moments that will stick with you forever. And as you go forward, remember this: you are teachers of the future. You're stepping into a world that's shifting rapidly, and you are exactly the kind of teachers this world needs: curious, adaptable, compassionate. You may not know what your classroom is going to look like in 2065, but we do know this: the children in it, whether they're sitting at desks, logging in virtually, working cooperatively in the community, they will want to learn and they will want to be loved. And you will be ready. Congratulations, class of 2025. We are so proud of you. The future of education is in great hands, your hands. Thank you.
Good evening. How's everybody doing? Good? There's still more cake. All right, so you might have thought to yourself, my child's a teacher. Why are we doing a pinning ceremony, right? So we started doing the pinning ceremony a couple years ago, and so I have just a little bit of background on it. You do often think about nursing when you think of a pinning ceremony, right? But this ceremony is history dating back to the 12th century, actually, with modern ceremonies starting in the 1860s. However, it didn't become standard practice in the US until 1916. When we think about a calling to a profession, education and nursing both take a great deal of dedication, hard work, and faithful practice. Both are tough and rewarding professions, and they both serve society. The pinning ceremony is a time-honored tradition that signifies that you're joining the sisterhood or brotherhood of professionals, and in this case, that you're ready to serve society as an educator. We are thrilled to recognize the hard work, the dedication, and so many lesson plans that you have written to complete your teacher education degree. No more live text, I promise. Congratulations.
Good afternoon. My name is Jeff Haverland. I'm the assistant department head, and I've been sort of leading the student teachers along the path for the last 16 weeks or so. So I want to start out just by saying congratulations to all of you for reaching the end of this journey, and really kind of the beginning of endless possibilities that lay out ahead of you. Teaching is a seriously complex profession, and much is going to be asked of you as you try to embrace your role in the development of what is our most important economic capacity in our country, which is our students, our youth. And so teaching is rarely going to be simple. Some days you're really going to ask yourself, is this the job that I want? And you're going to have to tell yourself that, yes, even the best jobs in the world, there are sometimes days where you don't want to go. And so it's important that you just sort of keep in mind that the rewards of this work are really life-changing, and it's something that very few other professionals will ever have an opportunity to experience in the entirety of their career. So for 25 years, in every role I've held, I've loved this profession. And I really hope decades from now, when you look back and hopefully you get a sense of pride and accomplishment, kind of like I do today, looking out at you and all of the people that came here to support you. While doing the work of teaching, I hope you are passionate about what you teach and those who learn from you. Even more importantly, I hope you approach this vocation with compassion, kindness, grace, perseverance, emotional intelligence, flexibility, and a thirst for lifelong learning, because your students are going to be watching you and they're going to be learning from you at every possible moment. So you've heard about the pin, and so really it is our way of just symbolizing your transition, and it's meant to remind you of your roots and your family at UD. You are now going to become, as of tomorrow, alumni of this university. We are proud to have you. We are proud of the work that you have done, and we're really looking forward to seeing where your life takes you next. And so the big piece of that is make sure you keep in contact with us too. So how we are going to do this, I'm going to call you up individually. As you're coming up, I'm going to read off some information about you. As we get up here, you'll get the pin from Professor Eisbach. Dr. Boyer, are you doing certificates? No, you're walking away. So apparently you're doing everything. Okay. And then I will read the statements that the student teacher wrote about you as the pinner. At the conclusion of the statement, the pinner will place the pin. Once the pin is placed, there are way too many like P's in this whole paragraph here. Please pause for a photo and recognition from the audience, and then proceed back to your seats before the next person is called. It'll be really easy for everybody who's at the end. The first person gets to be kind of the guinea pig in all of this. So first up, we are going to have Isaac Boyd. So Isaac, if you could come up with your pinner. So Isaac Boyd has an is getting his license for elementary education K6, an endorsement in reading K8. He had his cooperating teacher was Emma Lindstrom, his supervising teacher was Diane Muir, and his pinner tonight will be Michael Boyd. So Isaac chose his father, Michael, to pin him because Michael has been a constant source of support, wisdom, and quiet strength throughout Isaac's life. His belief in Isaac, even when he doubted himself, helped carry him to this moment. He's taught me the value of patience, hard work, and compassion, qualities I hope to bring into my own classroom. This small gesture is my way of honoring the countless ways he's helped shape the teacher I'm becoming. Isaac Boyd. Next up is Melissa Carter. Melissa is getting her elementary education K through 6 and an endorsement in reading K8. Her cooperating teacher was Kelly Wieserick. Her supervising teacher was Dr. Chad Biermeyer. And today her pinner will be Liam Vondren. I chose the most important person in my life to pin me, my son Liam. He has been by my side through every step of the way, and I couldn't imagine sharing this moment with anyone else, because this achievement isn't just mine, it's ours. Liam inspires me every single day to become the best version of myself, and I am incredibly proud to share this moment with him. Melissa Carter. Next up is Chris Kerr. Chris is a biology and biology secondary education major. His cooperating teacher is Joseph Edler. His supervising teacher is Tom Cuvalier. And his pinners today are Tom and Sandra Kerr. The people I chose to pin me are my parents, Tom and Sandra. They have supported me through college and hockey, and I wouldn't be standing here today without them. My dad encouraged me to become a teacher, and both have been by my side every step of the way, helping me persevere through all of my challenges. Thank you, Mom and Dad. Chris Kerr. Riley Finn. Riley is an elementary education major with endorsements in Instructional Strategist 1 and Reading Strategist K through 8. Her cooperating teachers were Carolyn McCausland and Sarah Leonard. Her supervising teachers were Dr. Angie Brandel and Kelly King. And tonight her pinners are Amy Finn and Jeff Finn, which would be her parents. Pinning me today are my parents. These two have been the best support system throughout my career at UD. Whether it was my dad cheering me on at every track meet and somehow always finding his way onto the track for the finish, or my mom truly showing me the ropes on how to do this teaching thing. Mom, you're just the kind of teacher who leaves a mark on a child's heart forever. Someone who doesn't just teach, but changes lives in the most meaningful way. Dad, your level of grit is unmatched, and you have shown me what success looks like if you give it your all. Thank you both for being my biggest cheerleaders, even in the little wins. I feel so prepared to take on this next challenge in my career, 1, because of your support, and 2, because I have free housing for at least a year. Riley Finn. Sherry Gibson. Sherry is an elementary education major with an endorsement in Reading K-8. Her cooperating teacher was Sarah Weber. Her supervising teacher was Diane Muir. And her pinner is Kaylee Eggers. The person I have chosen to pin me today is my daughter, Kaylee. My children and family have been my greatest motivation in returning to pursue my degree in education. Through their unwavering support, they have shown me that I am capable of overcoming challenges and achieving my goals. I want my children to know that no matter what stage of life you're in, it's never too late to invest in your future. Life may throw unexpected challenges your way, but goals and dreams remain valuable no matter how long they take to accomplish. To my family, I love you all deeply, and I am incredibly grateful for your patience and support over the past 3 years. Thank you for believing in me. Sherry Gibson. Brooke Hansen. Brooke is a physical education major and with a coaching endorsement. Her cooperating teachers were Tina Felderman and Allison West. Her supervising teachers were Don Lawson and Dennis Rima, and her pinner is Paige Hansen. The person I chose to pin me today is my sister Paige, my built-in best friend and biggest supporter. She has always been there for me, cheering me on through every stage of life and pushing me to be my best, no matter what. I know I can count on her for encouragement, advice, or just to be someone to laugh with. Paige has been more than just a sister to me. She's been a role model, showing me what it means to be hardworking, kind, and determined. I wouldn't be half the person I am today without her support throughout this crazy thing we call life. Thanks for always standing by my side and being the best big sister ever. Brooke Hansen. Samantha Harville. Samantha is an all-science and environmental biology major. Her cooperating teacher was Kelly Giesman, her supervising teacher was Tom Cuvalier, and her pinner today is Tamara Harville. Is it Tamara or Tamara? See, I knew that would happen. Tamara Harville, sorry. The person I chose to pin me is my mom. Mom, you earned it. All through high school, you pushed me to reach high goals and constantly try to improve both my work and my attitude. You taught me so many things that I use every day, like how to take care of myself, trust myself, and show compassion for others. You helped me to move far away, even though you knew it would be hard for you. You put your goals on hold so I could accomplish mine, and for that, I will forever be grateful. If I ever make enough money teaching to hire a photographer, my house will be full of your artwork. P.S. My mom does photography, and she's really good. Check her out. This is an ad. All right, Samantha Harville. Keegan Lamy. All right, Keegan is a physical education and health education major with an endorsement in coaching. His cooperating teachers were Brianne Bowles and Jackson Healy. Her supervising teacher was Dr. Boyer. And his pinners tonight are his dad, John, and his mom, Wanda. First, Mom, I appreciate you for not letting me sit around and being lazy during COVID. That's where this all started for me, and now we're finally at the end. No one has heard more about how much I didn't want to finish getting my degree than you. All the nights I came home and was moody about doing homework and didn't want to talk about anything, to all the times I came home and cleaned out the cabinets because I was at school all day and starving. You've also talked about stuff that has gone down with students, and I have always looked at your positive impact on students and how hard you work for it. Now I have something to show for the long days and nights. Thank you, Mom. Now, Dad, you've always told me you wished you went to college. I have always wanted nothing more than to be like you, but you made it seem like this was a way to be better. Well, now it's done. I appreciate you and Mom always taking the time to listen to me whine about how miserable my day was when you both know I knew you both had bigger issues on your plate. You two never really made it seem like that, though, which is probably the coolest part for me. Like I've always told you and Mom, now you will get a piece of paper to hang on your wall somewhere. Thank you. Keegan Lamy. Mitchell Metzger. So Mitch is a physical education major with an endorsement in coaching. His cooperating teachers were Tony Ball and Tammy Harbin. His supervising teachers were Dennis Rima and Don Lawson. And tonight his pinner is Peyton Metzger, his twin sister. The person I chose to pin me is my sister Peyton. I chose you for so many reasons. First and foremost, because throughout my time at the University of Dubuque, I've told countless people that I'm a twin. But since we're rarely seen together on campus, I'm pretty sure some of them think I made you up. So this is the perfect opportunity to prove you are real, live and in 3D. On a more serious note, you are my built-in best friend. But in reality, you're so much more. You're my hype woman, my therapist, my roast master, and the one who truly gets me. Having you here just makes sense. So, of course, there's no one else I'd rather have standing next to me for this moment. You've been there for everything else, literally since we came out of the same womb a few minutes apart, and it only feels right that you're here for this, too. Mitchell Metzger. Dorian Miles. So Dorian is a physical education major with an endorsement in coaching. His cooperating teachers were Chris Tompkins and Amy Kerman. His supervising teacher was Don Lawson. Pinners today are Lynn Miles and Cassidy Cayley. The people I've decided to pin me today are my mom, Lynn Miles, and my girlfriend, Cassidy Cayley. My mom has been my rock, raising two young men on the south side of Chicago as a full-time job, and my mom succeeded in doing so. My mom taught me how to never give up, to smile, to treat others with kindness even when you're not doing your best, and for that I love her so much. I met Cassidy 2 years ago, and in those 2 years I can say that I've met my soulmate. Cassidy finds a way to make me laugh when things are rough, and she has taught me to be organized when it comes to work. She's loving, caring, and willing to do anything to help me, from making me meals during student teaching to help me save money, to giving me encouragement when I would struggle with all the work that comes with student teaching. She has been there. Meeting Cass has been one of the best experiences of my life, and I am excited to spend the rest of my life with her, and I love her so much. Dorian Miles. Tayden Patterson. Where's Tayden? There we go. So Tayden is a physical education major with an coaching endorsement. His cooperating teachers were Gary Boyle and Cale McCormick. Supervising teachers were Dr. Katie Boyer and Dennis Rima. Today, his pinners will be Collins Patterson, Beckham Patterson, and Emmett Patterson. I have chosen two of my nieces and my one nephew to pin me, Collins, Beckham, and Emmett. I chose you three because my early experiences with you all is one of the reasons I decided to pursue a degree in education. My nieces and nephew have been a huge part of my life ever since I was a kid myself. I have always wanted to be a positive role model for them throughout my life, and I wanted to share this moment with them because they're a huge reason as to why I am here now. I want the three of you and your other four nieces to know that Uncle Tay-Tay will always be there for you and that I love you all so much. All right. Okay. Tayden Patterson. Ryan Norwood. So Ryan is a physical education major and a wellness and exercise science major. His cooperating teachers were Jill Colt and Corey Tischer. His supervising teacher was Don Lawson. The pinners today are Wyatt and Sophia Norwood. My pinners are my little brother and sister, Wyatt and Sophia, with the help of my mom. Apparently, mom didn't come to help. I chose these two because they are truly two of the main reasons that I got into physical education. When they were born in 2016, I was in 8th grade and had no idea what to expect, having two crazy children running around. Pretty much since that moment, I have always found myself doing fun games, sports, or activities with them. Whether it's showing them how I used to make mom and dad mad, teaching them new games to try on their own, watching Sophia kick butt on the wrestling mat, or Wyatt teaching me something I didn't even know about dinosaurs, I always found myself in a better mood with them all around. Although they can be a pain in the butt sometimes, they are truly one of my bigger joys in life. As they grow older, I find myself rooting for them more and more in whichever endeavors they are doing at the time. Thank you, Wyatt and Sophia. I love you guys. Ryan Norwood. So with that, I'm going to welcome up Dr. Biermeyer, the head of our department. But if you could just give all of our student teachers one more round of applause, I would really appreciate it.
We're doing a picture after this, group picture after this. Okay. It's a bright light. I promise to stay under 30 minutes. So sit back and relax. I'll be a lot less than that. So to start, congratulations to our teacher candidates in the room, and I want to thank everybody here, family members, supervisors, cooperating teachers, administration, faculty, just everybody that's here this evening to celebrate our teacher candidates. We're as faculty, we're privileged to listen to some of the Here I Stand speeches that student teachers give at the end of every semester. I promised our teacher candidates that I would share my comments at this event instead of after their speeches. So we get to hear some really neat things about our student teachers during those speeches, and we actually get to see several tears shed. So teacher candidates, I just want to share that I honestly expect emotion during that time. And it's okay to be sad right now if you're feeling a little bit of sadness, because this is a culminating event for you. You've been on a journey for 1, 2, 3, 4 years here, and it's ending a chapter of your lives, but you're moving on to a new chapter. So it's okay to be sad, but be reflective of the friendships that you've made, of the time that you've been here, because those memories are what will be with you for the rest of your lives. Teacher candidates, I also believe you're at a fun, exciting, yet scary time. So the excitement comes in, I'm done with all of this stuff, as Professor Eisbach was talking about, like no more tests, no more lesson planning, no more getting up early to go to school, no more late nights. You're done with all of that. It's also exciting because you get to choose the next job for you, that next part of your life, like where you're going to work, what job you're going to take, whether it's an age level or a school district, and you get to choose if you want to stay local, if you want to move thousands of miles away. It's just really neat, and for me, it's really exciting because you get to choose how you're going to change the world, like what you're going to go out there and do to affect the world. But it is scary because you're leaving your friends that you've made here on campus, a campus that I hope that you have called home here at the University of Dubuque. And you're going out to find those new jobs. So teacher candidates, look around at who's at your table and who's here in the room with you, and just know that none of us are leaving you. Like, your family members are still there, faculty are still there, the friends that you've made here in campus, we're all still there for you. So don't hesitate to pick up the phone, call, text, or just visit somebody when you need somebody to chat with. It's also a little bit scary because you're going out to find jobs that may not be there yet. Just be patient over the summer. Jobs will open up throughout the summer. Be patient and find that job that's the best fit for you. This has been a very fun and unique group. Some have taken a traditional path where they've come as freshmen and stayed here for 4 years. Some have transferred with an AA degree or after a year or two at a different institution. Some have actually gone through school closures and found their way here, and some have found their way here through sports. And I do want to shout out to my special group of life students. So we have 3 students in our evening life program that actually found their way here as they've worked full-time jobs as paras in school. So they found our evening path to become licensed teachers, and it was a big commitment on your part. So it's been fun, it's been unique. I think I've had almost everybody in class or had some interaction with all of you at some point, and I truly mean you've been a fun group of students. I appreciate you choosing the University of Dubuque, and I think all faculty members, administrators, we all want to thank you for choosing us to be part of the journey to get where you are here today. So thank you for that. So I'm going to close with a benediction, and then we're going to do a group picture. We're all going to have another piece of cake and a little bit more water before you leave. And then I would encourage you to stay after and mingle, take pictures of anybody with anybody that you want here. And then we'll hang around and chat with anybody that still wants to chat with us. So if you want to bow your heads, I will share this benediction. May you inspire your students with passion and dedication as you embark on this noble journey of shaping young minds. May you be filled with wisdom, patience, and compassion. Let your kindness and knowledge light the path for those you teach. May you always find joy in learning and the fulfillment of your calling. Let us all go in peace. Thank you, everybody.
So student teachers, if you could come up here so we can get a group picture.